What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Let me know how the sound and picture quality is when you start seeing this, please, because I don't know when you do, because there's a delay. How the sound and picture quality is because I don't want to talk to myself. Here- All right. MD says hi. Hello, MD, Supreme SEO over on Legiit. MD says all good. Good, good, good. Good turnout today. And I think I figured out some of the issues that I was having with my lighting. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're not on TikTok today because I just didn't want to deal with it. Plus, we're going to be looking at the screen a lot, and it's just not a good experience for them. ClipMix says hi. ClipMix was the merch winner a couple days ago. So welcome back, ClipMix. See if we can't get some folks over on Facebook. We'll get started at about 5 after. And then, well, that's the end of that sentence. We'll get started in about 5 minutes after the hour because it takes a while for people to show up. And I'm expecting a pretty good turnout today because I went really clickbaity. So, and it's a topic that a lot of people that already follow me are going to be interested in. A lot of the stuff I've been doing lately has been to attract new folks, and this will attract some too, I hope. But really, this is targeted at the people I already know. So there's the method to my madness in case you ever wondered. So let's do this. See if we can't summon some Facebook folks. Alex over on Twitter, which I purposely call Twitter because it pisses off the bros who try to sell me leads in my Twitter DMs. Mubasher says hello, Chris. Joe says hello, Chris and everyone. Cal says hi, everyone. What's up, fam? As the kids probably don't say anymore. All right, we got about 2 or 3 minutes before we get into it. I'm going to ask a favor of everybody watching. Can you go ahead and throw some keywords in the chat so we can do a live comparison of those two? I have some that I'm going to do anyhow, but I thought I might check some of yours. They can be local, they can be like review type keywords, information, e-commerce. I haven't actually gotten any of those queued up. So e-commerce, just throw a bunch of keywords in the chat so we can do a side-by-side comparison and we can see what lies in store for Google. A little disappointed. There was a lot of people waiting, and I thought there would be more that showed up as time went on. So not as many as I was expecting, but you know. Funny video song says nice. Thank you, funny video song. Kent Shrum. What's up, Kent? A regular here. Foundation Repair St. Louis. Good, good, good. We'll check that out in a minute. Structural Engineer St. Louis. All right, we're going to get started in another couple minutes. Just waiting for the last few people to show up. Kent says, hey, Chris. Hey, Kent. I was really expecting more of a turnout for this, but I guess it is Friday afternoon, and there was a holiday yesterday. So, of course, that'll mean people today. And it wasn't even really a holiday, but anyway, quit complaining, Chris. Only a few people ever show up on Instagram. Instagram does a shit job of pushing its lives out to people, and I suspect that using software like this limits that reach as well. But yeah, go ahead and keep throwing some keywords in the chat for everybody watching. I'd really appreciate that because it'll mean less work for me to do, which is really important. Larissa, hello, Larissa. Haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're doing well. All right, we got about a minute or two, and then we will get started. I know I've already said that, but I don't like for there to be any what do you call it? Any like dead noise on the stream. So Raja says hi, Chris. Hello, Raja. Let's do this too. We'll go ahead and do one more thing. Like my business idol, Steve Jobs, there's one more thing. We'll go ahead and bump this over on Facebook if I can find it. And we'll just do this one. All right. At followers, at highlight Sometimes it has that commenters, and sometimes it doesn't. And today it doesn't. I don't trust any grown man with a room full of Funko Pops. I don't trust any grown man that can't spell Funko right. So I guess we're on the same page. Smart Daddy says hello, hello. All right, let's go ahead and should we do it? Should we do a merch giveaway? What do you guys think? Thumbs up, thumbs down. You want me to do a merch giveaway or should we just get into the content? I'll give you a second or two to respond. Refresh. All right. Well, nobody's responding, so we're just going to go get into it. Let me ask this then. Andrew says, read my mind. What's up, Andrew? All right. So, who is aware of what SearchGPT is? Let me know in the comments if you know about it, because that's going to be kind of important to what we talk about here today. And I just want to make sure that I don't assume that somebody knows something. I hate when that happens. So let's make sure of that. All right. Looks like we're going to have a kind of quiet crowd today, and that's okay. All right. So for those of you that, let me go ahead and share my screen because that's important. Ahmed Abraham says hello. Kent says not really. Okay. Well, we'll cover that in a second. Smart Daddy says, I love those Funko Pops. So you also have a Chris M. Walker. Yeah, that's my favorite one. I'm really that much of a narcissist that I got one of myself made. Perplexity competitor. I suppose you could look at it that way. All right. So SearchGPT, I assume everybody knows what ChatGPT is. I'm not going to explain that. So I'm just going to assume that you know what that is. If not, get with the program, basically. But SearchGPT is the search engine that was released by OpenAI, which is the company that's behind ChatGPT and a lot of other AI products, but particularly ChatGPT and so on. And ChatGPT is the one that most people are going to be familiar with, as well as DALL-E, I suppose, which is built in. But SearchGPT is something they opened up to a handful of people, I don't know, a month or two ago. And then yesterday they released it to everyone on their waiting list. And then eventually, of course, it'll be released to everyone that can use ChatGPT. At least that's what I assume. So that's basically it. It's a search engine within ChatGPT built on, OpenAI framework. And what we're going to do today is we're going to compare some results between SearchGPT and Google, and then we're going to determine which one gave the better results and who we like better. And if this is, then we're going to talk about if this is the beginning of the end of Google, or if this is just the latest Bing. So that's pretty much the size of it. I had somebody, now what you guys can do, and I really like to have a lot of engagement on streams like this because it makes it a lot more interesting, a lot more fun for everyone. So what I'd like to do is compare some keywords. So I have some already queued up, but go ahead and throw some in the chat as well. You can do local ones, but try to do some broader things too, like some review terms or things like that. And we'll go from there. So that's it. Now you can see here within ChatGPT, there's the search option, and that's basically what it is. And you can see one thing it's already doing is it has trending keywords. So that's pretty good for something that was just released more or less yesterday. So there's that. NMR20067 says, well, SearchGPT has to get used by kids and senior citizens, and we will see where this lands. They have to figure out a way to monetize this. It's by subscription. My parents and grandparents aren't going to buy it. We'll see. Well, we'll see. So Kent says use ChatGPT all the time, but not have heard the term. Well, it's brand new. But one thing I would suggest is being aware of things, emerging trends within the industry that you're in. So that's good to know. Better competition would be comparison with ChatGPT. Well, I don't know. I don't really agree with that, but we see. Can you affirm me what is the tape on your nose? All right, I'll cover that real quick because I get asked this every time, and then we'll just move on. This is called a hostage tape. It helps you get more oxygen per breath, helps you lowers your heart rate, and it just has some health benefits. It's usually used for sleeping, but I wear it all day, and I really find that I feel a lot better when I do. And I finally got around to getting an affiliate link for it if you want to check it out. So, pay me money if you want. This is going to take you to the mouth tape version. They don't seem to have an affiliate link. I mean, they don't seem to have a direct link for the what I'm wearing, but this will take you to their website. So, putting that in the chat. So there's that. All right, enough of that. Let's get into it. What we're going to do is compare SearchGPT with Google, and we'll go from there. So the first thing we're going to do is use a local term that Kent gave us a few minutes ago. I was very, what's the word? Skeptical on how well this would do with local search terms. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think of ChatGPT as being or SearchGPT basically for being for local, but we'll see. I did one myself earlier and we'll see. So foundation repair, St. Louis. Let me zoom in because that's kind of hard to see. Hopefully that's a little better. Crafts and DIY house says hi, everyone. All right, so all right, we'll zoom back out so you can see the whole thing. If you're seeking foundation repair services in St. Louis, several reputable companies offer specialized solutions. I like that it gives you a blurb and then it just gets right to the results. At least that's the case for now. We all remember when Google was like that. High and dry foundation repair, Midwest basement tech. And you know what I'm liking here, and we'll see what it's like for Google, but these are actual websites. It's not just Yelp and a bunch of directories. So that's a good thing, right? So we're going to copy that. And then I think I have to switch to share window. So let me do that. Entire screen. That's what I have to switch to. All right. So NMR says he's canceling Perplexity. All right. So let's look at the same search in Google. I did a incognito window because I just do that out of habit. All right. So the first thing for that we get is the sponsored Google guaranteed. I guess you'd call them ads. That's it. I wonder why I picked French. That's interesting. But so that's that. And then we get the map pack, which has obviously 3 websites. They look to be real websites because they have a shitload of reviews. And then we get St. Louis Foundation Repairs, which I'm going to guess is a lead gen site, but I could be wrong. No, I guess that's a real business. St. Louis Foundation Repairs is his company. Oh, cool. Well, good job. Good job on being number 1. Wood Basement Systems. There's an Angie's List. So there's a directory, the St. Louis Foundation Repair. So these results are, I mean, they're different, but they're different websites, but they're similar. But there's a Yelp. So there are a couple directories. And of course, there has to be forums because if there's something that you want to get a Reddit person's opinion on, it's definitely foundation repair in St. Louis. Kent says I usually show up in the first, I do my own SEO. Cool. There's a big market of people that do their own SEO for their businesses. A lot of the customers on Legiit are that. So I don't know. I think we're going to call that one pretty even. I don't know what you guys think. I'm guessing that Kent would have preferred to see his own business be number 1 there. But it seems to me that they don't favor EMDs, at least from this one example. Obviously, that's not conclusive. But there's that. And let's look at the sources. I guess it's just the system. So I guess sources doesn't make a lot of difference in a result like this. NMR says this is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I don't believe they're knocking Google out yet. Okay. All right. Now, the one thing I wanted to show here is that you can keep a particular chat window and like you'll be able to rotate through your searches rather than have a new tab or a new window. So let me see. What was that other one Kent gave us? Structural engineer, St. Louis. So what you can do now is just type in the same chat, structural I spelled structural wrong. Search. And I have a feeling this is going to be similar. Yeah, website. So I guess my takeaway so far is that it's better at showing you websites. Now, a downside is you only get a handful of results. You don't get pages 2 through 10, which for local, can be useful because sometimes you just don't like the ones that are on the first page. So let's bring up this incognito window. No, that's not it. Guys, go ahead and please throw some more keywords in the chat. Let's try to stay away from the locals after this. And, again, there's no, what do you call it? There's no ads on this one, which is interesting. Kent, if this is your business, you should get some ads here. You should buy some ads here and take up that much space as well, because looks like there aren't any. But website, Reddit, because, that's something you definitely want a Redditor's opinion on from 2 years ago. Better Business Bureau. I guess that's a website. Angie's List, Yelp. So this one is filled with directories rather than websites. So this is just my opinion, but I think that was a better result from here, because otherwise I could just go to those damn directories myself, right? I don't know. You guys may think differently, but that's that. Now, the reason I did these in the same chat is I want to show this. This is just something I happened to stumble on earlier, but well, maybe not. It seemed like earlier when I did this, it would save them in, I guess maybe I have to do more. If you do like several in the same window, you'll be able to scroll through them. So I'll see if I can't find the one I did like that, but let's move on. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to add before we move on to our next search? Anybody want to share any more keywords? What are your thoughts so far on SearchGPT versus Google? All right. Everybody's being shy today. That's okay. The next one is something that is a huge pet peeve of mine. Is I like to go to the movies a lot, and I always want to see. I got one of those coming up, NMR. So good for you. Good call. I always want to know if there's an end credit scene in the movie I'm watching, or if I should just piece as soon as the credits roll. And God, Google drives me absolutely nuts with this, and you'll see why in just a minute. Although I haven't looked at this one, watch them prove me wrong. But I said, tomorrow I'm going to see Venom: The Last Dance, and I said, does Venom: The Last Dance have end credits? It says yes. Venom: The Last Dance features 2 post-credit scenes, and it kind of spoils them for me. So sorry for anyone that didn't want to have them spoiled, but it puts them right there in the chat or in the window, whatever you want to call it, and it shows you the sources, which is cool. Now, I guarantee we are not going to be as pleased with well, I don't guarantee it, but I suspect we are not going to be as pleased with the results from Google. Does Venom: The Last Dance, the other extra scene? Say, okay, so first of all, the answer, it does give away sort of the answer, but I mean, I guess that's enough to make you make you stay, but it doesn't really tell you as in depth. Your mileage may vary on whether that's good or not. But what I hate is a lot of times you don't get this snippet, so that's unusual. And you'll usually get like a site like this one, and I guarantee you it's like, yeah, see, it goes to like 4 or 5 paragraphs before you actually get to the answer. And that happens a lot. Now, this ended up not being the greatest example, but a lot of times you have to find some website and it's like 4 or 5 paragraphs in before you get a yes or a no. When all I want to do is if it has one or not. So in this case, I'm still going to give the edge to SearchGPT because it starts in the middle of a sentence. The other extra credit scene is at the very end, where all I really wanted was a yes or no. This gave me a yes right off the bat, but it also kind of spoiled it for me. And again, apologies to anyone that didn't want to have this spoiled for them. So I don't know. It's not a great contrast, but I think that this is a better result. What do you guys think? gold and silver niche. I'm going to do one of those in just a minute, actually. Kent says, I see that SearchGPT is going to show more businesses and less directories, which is good for user experience. I agree. I mean, granted, this is day one, so who knows if that's how it'll stay. But yeah. Can you tell me which search engine GPT uses for searching, like Google or Bing? I mean, my guess is it uses what it already knows, but it probably uses some Bing. You know what? Let's ask it. What search engine did you use to get this information or sources? Let's see what it says. I utilized multiple reputable sources to provide information about post-credit scenes and Venom: The Last Dance. Yard Breaker coming soon. The sources collectively. Okay, well, that's that. Let's see what it said about this one over here. Yeah, that's kind of a. The sources were access to provide. Okay, well, that's not very helpful. So the answer is I don't know. All right. Since my site shows up on the first organic position of Google, any idea on optimize? No, I don't know yet. I'm going to show a post that Charles Float made about that. But I mean, again, it just came out yesterday, so nobody really knows yet. So I'm going to skip ahead one and go to this one that I don't know how to. Your name's difficult to pronounce, but NMR 20067 suggested, and it's Best Gold IRA. Now, anybody that does affiliate knows that gold and precious metals are some of the most lucrative affiliate offers you can get into. And that's why a lot of people get into it, because they want to make money. So there's that. So this one says investing in gold, you can diversify your retirement. I like that it gives you a little bit of information, but doesn't like kill you with it. And then it recommends a few. So Augusta Precious Metals, Gold Co., which has, if I'm not mistaken, has a big affiliate program. American Hartford Gold, Birch Gold. I don't know if these are good or not. I don't do this, but that's that. Let's see what Google says. I guarantee you're going to find some. Well, I don't guarantee. I got to quit saying that. Sponsored. So there's one thing that's definitely better, right? At least from, from a user point of view, is that you're not covered with ads. You actually get the organic results. Who knows if that's going to last, but Forbes, imagine that. A parasite is number one, and I guarantee you it's filled with affiliate. That time I'm comfortable saying guaranteed. Yeah, affiliate. So somebody probably paid a pretty penny for this article too. Yeah, that's a parasite. I talked about parasite a couple weeks ago. This is a parasite. You can see how it's secure.money.com. And yeah, so this is definitely a parasite that somebody bought. Discussion forums. Parasite. This one might not be a parasite. This might be an affiliate site or a regular business. I don't know. It strikes me as an affiliate site, but I could be wrong about that. So I guess it depends on what you want here, because this is almost entirely parasite stuff here. If you're an affiliate, this is probably not a good result for you. But if you are a consumer, this probably is a good result for you, because it's actually giving you the information that you want, rather than people trying to make money off of something they probably don't even use themselves via some parasite SEO hack. So I think, and tell me if you disagree, or agree for that matter. But to me, I think SearchGPT gave a better result on that particular one. What do you guys think? I wonder if SearchGPT is using Bing at all before. Yeah. So lucrative right-wing talk show hosts promote the same gold offers. Yeah, that's exactly it. And, as an affiliate, this result probably disappoints you. Investopedia, retirement investments, money, gold IRA companies.com. That's probably an affiliate site, and so on. Ahmed says definitely GPT will open up a decade or two of potential easier money making initially, just like Google before it became harder and harder. Yeah, yeah, I agree. So I got another, this result, the next one I'm going to show, I'm going to skip a couple here and go down to best CBD gummies review. This one, I got the idea from Lily Ray over on Twitter. I'm not a big fan of hers because I think that she's famous for being famous and rather than actually like doing SEO, but I could be wrong about that. I don't know. But I'm going to show what her, I want to credit my sources because, that's the right thing to do. Shoe. Where is it? All right, this is what she had to say about it. You type CBD gummies on Google, the top two results include two results from Forbes, one other major publisher, and site reputation abuse and pure spam. Yeah, this is what I don't like is this constant complaining about these things on Twitter. But the search query, ChatGPT cites Healthline medical news. So let's see what we actually see because, maybe it's different for what I get. But, Healthline, she's right. Healthline, I trust a lot more than some Forbes article. Healthline, medical news today. Mind Body Green, that's an affiliate site, if I'm not mistaken. I almost think I know whose site that is, but I'm not going to say. Plus CBD calm gummies from Mind Body Green. And it actually gives you some information on what you consider. So let's take a look at Google. Best CBD gummies. Forbes, number one. Another affiliate parasite spam. So she was right about that. Goes to some sort of affiliate offer. I don't know if you can see that in the bottom corner there, but some sort of affiliate offer. So yeah, somebody probably paid a shitload of money to buy this post and it abused the fact that Forbes ranks for literally everything. So there you go. Let's see what else they have. National Park Service. Is that real? That's a government site? Whoa, that's weird. Let me make sure you guys can see that. This looks like somebody's .gov is getting cloaked. Is that am I seeing that right? Because like the National Park Service.gov, and then you click on it, and it just goes over to some page from the National Park Service. So it's like somebody like hacked this and just changed their meta titles and meta descriptions 10 hours ago. That's fascinating. I am going to take that and make some content out of it. But wow, CBD.market. This sounds like an e-com site. Yeah, so that belongs there. National Park Service again. Oh, that's interesting. Reddit, National Park Service again. Best CBD gummies, Chicago Magazine. That's a parasite. Cornbread Hemp. I guess that's probably an affiliate site of some kind. So I don't know. If I'm looking to actually know about CBD gummies, I think this is a better result. What do you guys think? And that National Park Service thing is fascinating, by the way. All right. So we got one more example we're going to look at, unless you guys give me some more, and then we will. I haven't, to be perfectly honest, I haven't had a lot of time to figure out what's working. I'm just going to show you another tweet that I saw from my friend Charles and see what he's found, and then I'll be happy to just open it up to discussion. Though everyone seems to be kind of shy today. That nationalparks.gov thing is crazy, right? That means that somebody hacked a government site and changed the metas and is leeching off of it. Or maybe they hacked it earlier and like they fixed the hack, but like the metas haven't updated yet or something. SearchGPT with better result for user X. I think I agree so far. Now, obviously there's hype there, but I think this is more useful information. As somebody that makes money from search, not necessarily as thrilled. Aaron, what's up, Aaron? Ahmed, it says web design, South Carolina. What we're going to do is Myrtle Beach SEO. So Myrtle Beach SEO, this is a term I don't know if I still do or not, to be honest, because I don't give a shit. I'm not trying to get clients here anymore. But this is a term I used to rank my agency site for. Search engine optimization is crucial for businesses in Myrtle Beach. It's kind of a generic, I mean, it is AI, but it's a very AI sounding paragraph. Palmetto Soft, I know those guys. Rio X, I don't know them. New Horizon, I know them. I don't think, yeah, I know Pasha. Yeah. Obsidian, ready to go. Surfside Web, I know him. He came to Legiit Live. He's a good dude. Will. Marketing Provisions, 3-Ring Focus. If you ever seen the website People of Walmart, they 3-Ring Focus is the people behind that. So, and they've built like their whole agency off of that. They have I don't know them personally, but they have a good agency. So let's take a look at Legiit SEO. New Sun SEO #1, Chris Walker SEO #1 in the maps. That's hilarious because that's not even a real website. Obsidian, Pasha Bellman, good for her or him. I'm not even sure. Yeah, and I've fallen down to, I don't know, #5 or so there. I, again, don't give the tiniest of shits because it's not even like I don't even have good contact info on here. Like that contact form doesn't work. Got lorem ipsum text, not a real phone number. That is a real email, but nobody's ever emailed it as far as I know. So I don't care about that. My Chamber of Commerce is there. But overall, this looks like mostly websites. So I'm going to call this one a push, if not give the advantage to Google because there's some useful results here. And that's fascinating that that's still #1. I wonder if that's just because of where I am locally. Let me, that's just for shits and giggles because everybody's being quiet. Let me see if I can look this up on a VPS that's not from around here and see what we get if we're not, because I'm proximity here. So this is out of like Chicago or something. No, still same result more or less. And update Chrome. Yeah, that's fascinating. Then still #1 with a fake GMB that's based out of a, what do you call it? And I'm probably going to get it suspended now announcing that on a live stream, but that's based out of a God, what's UPS store is what that address is. And I don't even think I renewed that UPS box. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. But anyway, there's that. All right. Ahmed says web design, South Carolina. All right, we can do that. We'll go ahead and start in Google since we're already there. We got a map pack and we got 3 websites and then a clutch. And that's an actual website. We got clutch at #1, another directory, and a few sites. Excuse me. Right, let's take a look over at SearchGPT. Website, I think. Yeah, website. It seems like it's much better at like promoting individual websites rather than like directory sites, which Google seems to love. So I don't know. I think that's better for users. I think it's better for everybody, really. So I don't know. When it comes to local, and now it doesn't have a map packer. It did with one of them, didn't it? Which one? I don't remember which one it was, but it did with one. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, I guess I should show this one. I did New York defense lawyer, and it did come up with. I guess you could call that their version of a map. That's kind of like a Google business profile or whatever the hell it's called this week. So that's pretty interesting, right? You know what's interesting is they all seem to be centered right in this little area. I mean, it's probably larger than it looks, but in this little area of Lower East Side of Manhattan. I guess that would be, yeah, in the East Side of Manhattan, which is interesting because New York is a big place. There's some up there in Central. So I don't know. That's pretty interesting, right? That this term actually gave you a map, and you can switch it to list view as well. So that's pretty cool. So I don't know. It does seem, the title of this thing was clickbait. To be perfectly blunt with you, I hadn't even done most of these searches when I wrote that because I just wanted to take advantage of the fact that this was trending right now. But for the most part, these results have been equal or better in SearchGPT on its first day. Let me know in the chat if you guys agree or disagree. Digital skills tips says SearchGPT looks simple, easy, and results are very straightforward. I agree. Again, this is very, very high level or surface level or whatever of a answer, and but it's also worth noting that this is day one for them. I think this is a great result for day one. Yeah, better than default ranking sites Google favorite. Yeah, exactly. Like the fact that Forbes showed up for the two big affiliate terms that we looked at, right? It showed up number one. So Kent says, I agree. I don't like it, but I agree. Yeah, I mean, it sucks because, you've put all that effort into getting into number one at Google. But I don't think, I don't think Google's going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, Yahoo still exists. So you're going to have to, you, not meaning you specifically, but we will have to pivot as things go. But I think that there's going to be room for both. And I think they're both going to have different user bases and things like that. But I definitely think this is going to be a player. Maybe if there's interest, we can do Perplexity versus one or the other or both in another video in the future. But I don't know. I think this is a hell of a start. If anybody has any other terms they'd like me to look at, I'm happy to. I'd love to do some more affiliate terms and see if it continues to damn, I lost my train of thought. If it continues to be better at that. In fact, ChatGPT versus Perplexity versus Claude. Yeah, we can do that. I've used Perplexity sparingly. I've never used Claude. Let's do a X number best. 5 best streaming media devices. Roku, Amazon. I mean, that's pretty uncontroversial there. I chose that one because I wanted to see if it picked 5. Let's see. I wonder how literal it can be. Expand it to 20 best. So that's interesting. If you give it a number, it's going to take longer, which I guess makes sense. Another thing is it doesn't seem to steal data the way that Google does, right? Like a lot of times Google will give you the featured snippet. We're going to talk about that in just a second, Kent. I'm glad you reminded me. Google will give you the featured snippet and not even link to the damn site sometimes. At least in this case, it links to the site in every instance, which is good. All right, let's get a little do this. Let's look for a person. Let's look for me. See if it knows who I am. Let's see how it does with with that kind of thing. Not churs. That's not how I spell my name. First of all, let's take a minute to appreciate what a good-looking dude I am. No, I'm just kidding. Chris M. Walker, the entrepreneur, specialized my Superstar SEO site to I guess that was a press release I did. My own site. and then some information about me. That's not bad. It links to my website again and to my YouTube, which is ironic since this is on YouTube. That's kind of interesting, right? Let's look at Legiit. Marketplace. Obviously, it links to the site. Links to the site in a few different categories. That's funny. Yeah, that's pretty unimpressive, to be perfectly honest. Let's try it from a new chat and see if that makes a difference. And then we'll go look at what some people have to say about it. Yeah, that's a little bit better, but that's not really that impressive of a result, if I'm being perfectly honest. And also, this is not correct. So that's interesting. Devin, what's up, Devin? Devin says, I believe that most search could be replaced by ChatGPT like searches. However, Google has a stranglehold on maps plus listings plus local service. So my theory is that local will still be around for 5 to 10 years on Google or more. Well, did you see the one with the that we did though? Like I agree, but it may not be as far off as we think. This is kind of a maps result too, right? So, we'll see. But I agree. For now, local is probably safe. Nice CEO in the house. Thank you, as always. Let me see if I missed any questions over on Facebook. Doesn't look like it. So yay. Just got on recently. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you can see it does have its own version of a map now. I don't know. First of all, that was, of all the local searches we did, that was the only one that pulled that. So it clearly isn't there yet. But I don't know, for day one, I think that's pretty interesting. Mubashir says, best thing is no more irritating ads from Google. I agree. But if you remember right, Google started that way too. So it's nice for now, I think, is the way to put that. Eventually, they're going to have to, in my opinion, they're going to have to get some advertising in there. Or even if they don't have to, it's going to be too difficult for them to resist it. So let me do this. Because that's, somebody's eventually going to convince them that they need advertising. Unfortunately, in my opinion. All right. So Charles, and I know some of you have opinions about Charles. Just keep them to yourself for now. I think people will also demand to rank their websites on SearchGPT top results soon. I'm going to start working on it right freaking now because, there was a time Facebook didn't have any ads. Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, here it is. This is from Charles. It has to be early results because it literally came out yesterday. But sometimes it doesn't want to search GPT it, and it will push you just to search instead. And so far, specifically, has been trained on news, stocks, sports, weather, and current events. I think that's consistent with what we saw today. Prioritizes news sites it has a relationship with. I don't think I've ever seen Financial Times and AP source so much before. For long form content and pages, most of the news pages seem to prioritize huge update pages. I didn't really see that. Consensus and mentions from prioritized sources are now more important than ever. If everyone in the world suddenly switched from Google to SearchGPT overnight, the editorials and features in the Financial Times, interesting. It doesn't like product pages as much and prefers to give me domains or categories when searching for a specific item name. So that's not really all that helpful. And again, not trying to put Charles down because obviously nobody knows. But there are plans to release the free users, but it'll gradually release it. So not a lot, The campus solo says, again, some people will say SEO is dead. Yeah. But this is just another search engine, right? So Google SEO, I don't know, maybe not. I definitely used a version of that clickbait to get some of you here. And I'm not ashamed of that in the least. But yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, if anybody has any other keywords we want to look at or any questions, or if they just want to kick it about this, let me know. I think we looked at what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looked at like maybe 9 or 10 different excuse me, different things. I think it's at least the results were at least equally as good, if not better in some cases. But that's a very small sample size, of course. And as far as like taking over, who knows how hard it will be to get user adoption. But if I'm Google, what I'm not happy about is that they're not comparing, that they can't compare their day one to or Search GPT's day one. You know what I mean? Like this is probably as good as Google was 5 years ago or something. What is your favorite task to give AI right now to help you with your business? For me, it helps with content research. So let me show you. For example, there's a writer on Twitter that I like, and I like to call it Twitter because it pisses off a lot of people. His name's Tim Denning. And what I did was I used a tool to scrape all of his tweets, and I put this into to ChatGPT and told it to create a persona based on stuff that he likes, and then that he writes, and to help me create content based on that. And you can see it gave me a very thorough answer. And I have similar things for like YouTube titles and other personas, and that's what I use it for the most right now. Uh, Obviously, that's just one use case. There's billions of them. Wow, their Chrome extension hijacks the URL bar for the searches to chat. I noticed that. That's why I didn't install it, because I saw it in, I don't know, one of these. Yeah, well, in one of these, it was linked down here somewhere, and I almost installed it, but then I saw that, and I'm like, nope. You could probably create a persona somewhat easily with Grok, as it has the Twitter users archive. I didn't even think of that. Kent says I used SearchGPT and it actually gives the sources it pulled the information from on the low. Yeah, you may not be able to see that, but yeah, it's right there. So you can click on. I did that a couple of them. You can. It got my information. Well, Legiit's information from a Yahoo Finance, which is a press release that we did a couple years ago, and from the site itself. Interesting. A couple of these have nothing to do with us, which is interesting. And then, yeah, so let's see where it got information about me. It got it from Legiit and from our subdomain. Why does it think that this had something to do with me? That's interesting. Oh, fuck you. Double fuck you. Why is that's so irritating. You I don't know why it thinks that this has anything to do with me. Oh well. Yeah, I know. I think it's cool that it shows its sources, at least somewhat, like Wired, PC Mag, Engadget. Now that I'm thinking about it, that is going to make parasites on these sites even more valuable, right? Like, look at this. This is from October 6th, October 27th. That's where it's pulling its information from. So that looks like that's one way you could manipulate these results. If it's just a hypothesis. It hasn't been tested, at least not by me, but it looks like, if you were to like do this, you could manipulate it that way. It's an extra step or two, but you probably get the best of both worlds that way because you probably get it from Google as well. So that's just a thought. Any tips to get the best SEO content for websites using AI? I actually don't you really use AI content for websites, at least not sites that I care about. But the thing to do is get a good a content brief and have it fill out each part of the brief individually. That's what I've done in the past. You don't know that. I mean, if you have a source for that, I'd love to read it. I don't think that's. I think you're oversimplifying it personally. You know what? Maybe we can compare that. Let's. Yeah, we got a few minutes. Let's do this. Let's pick one. Let's do that CBD gummies one. Whew. Let's go over to Bing. First of all, isn't Bing just like a much prettier search engine than Google? Best CBD gummies. No, see, this is SearchGPT already has a better result because this is actually even worse than Google. I mean, it has these, I don't know what you call these, but it has Forbes ranking like 5 times at the top. Then Healthline, which is good. Medical News Today. Forbes again. So I don't know. I think that, I mean, this is just based on this one result. This result is better than Google, but I still think SearchGPT was a better result than Bing. So I disagree, I guess is what I'm saying. All right. So I'm comfortable saying that it's at least a tie, if not a slight edge to SearchGPT on its first day, which is remarkable in my opinion. You Genius Vision says if you don't have keywords everywhere extension, it would open sources links in pop-up. If you install that extension, it will open sources on the side as seen on Chris's screen. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's good to know. Rod says, yay. What's up, Rod? Good to see you, my friend. All right, we've been here for 51 minutes. Anybody have any other terms they want us to do or check out or just discussion or comments on this or questions on anything? I think we'll try to stay until 5 and then we'll call it good because then it's time because that'll be the full hour and I haven't done a full hour in a while. Like we've wrapped it up at the 45-minute mark or so. The last few live streams. So let me know if you're, I guess this is a good time to go ahead and say this too. If you're watching on YouTube, if you could do me a huge favor and just subscribe. I'm trying to do a lot of these for you. Oh, good Lord. And yeah, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe and turn on notifications. We'll do live streams 3 or 4 times a week. This month, I'm going to try to get back to pre-recorded YouTube videos as well. It's hard to find time for both. And the truth is I prefer doing live streams, but I need to get back to recorded videos as well. So there's that. But if you're not watching on YouTube, please head over to chrismwalker.tv and that will give you a one-click way to get to subscribe on YouTube. So if you got any value out of this, if you enjoyed it at all, if you're getting, there's anything that you're benefiting from this, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. If not, that's fine too. I mean, you're dead to me if not, but you know. All right. Any questions or anything? Because I'm starting to ramble and we don't want that. So if not, I will wrap up in a minute or two. I'll give it a minute or two to get any last minute questions or comments or thoughts in, but I don't know. Also, let me know if you found this interesting. I thought it was. I think it's great to take advantage of trends like this to get as many clicks as I can, if I'm being perfectly honest, but also to, you know, see what's new and see what's on top of things. And if I'm somebody watching this, the first thing I'm doing is going out and trying to take advantage of some of this parasite stuff to get in both of them. But that's just me. It's probably not just me, but it is me. The Campus Solo says, does GPT search affect Google search? I don't know what you mean by affect, but I don't see how. Completely different companies, they're competing companies, and you know, at least in a sense. So I don't see how. But you know. Thanks, Chris. Very interesting. Looking forward to more on this later. Thank you, Kent. Always a pleasure. Let me stop sharing for a second and then share screen. Go switch from window to, yeah. Oops. I just wanted to see if anybody on Instagram had asked any questions, but of course not, because they never do. Where'd it go? There we go. All right. I don't know. I think that'll do it. Everyone seems to be ready to go start their weekend. We'll be back probably on Monday with another live stream. I don't know the topic yet, but yeah, that's it. How do I get back on camera? There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that if you disagree with me and you're watching this in the future, let me know that. If you agree with me, let me know that. But either way, I hope you were entertained and you learned something from this. And I hope that you'll subscribe and, engage with me. If you can support the channel in any way, I appreciate it. If not, that's fine too. I'm just going to retarget you with ads anyway. Gray Mouse Web Design and Local Marketing Services. There's your free plug, Vance Refrigeration. It says, cheers. Thank you, Gray Mouse. All right, that's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. Until next time, figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it, because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. I'll see you again soon. Peace.